Thank you for having me. I'm a quasi-local. I actually live in Torquay, so not quite Anglesea, but probably spend most of my leisure time, and as much leisure time as I can, in Anglesea. A little bit about Great Ocean Road Regional Tourism. We're the Regional Tourism Board for this region, which takes in everywhere from Torquay right through to the South Australian border. Our role is to partner with industry, with local government and with the state government to come up with a program to facilitate the development, marketing, management and advocacy for the visitor economy in this region. So we have a very, very strong visitor economy, and if you look at the numbers, we get enormous amount of people through this region, but we don't necessarily get the benefits from the amount of people that come here. And as ratepayers, especially in Anglesea, that a lot of the people that come here are just using you as a stop on the way through. They're using the public toilets, they're creating an expense for the council to actually have to pay and deliver on, but they're not necessarily leaving an economic benefit to Anglesea itself. As a regional tourism board, probably a little bit different to some of the other tourism boards across the state, we're actually not about getting more people into the region. So we have a lot of people coming in. What we're actually about is trying to get the people that come to stay longer here, to spend money here and to actually enjoy their time here, but to give a real benefit back to the community. I came here today because I really think this is an opportunity for us to think big and to think of a way that we can absolutely come up with an idea that's going to sustain this area right into the future. I think a few other people probably have spoken on a similar idea to me, but I do think this is, and Great Ocean Road Regional Tourism believes, this is a once-in-a-generational opportunity. Very few communities actually get an opportunity to do something this big or to think big about something. This region has amazing, amazing natural attractions, and you just heard the lady before me talking about the orchids. We have amazing product, but that product needs to be cared for a sustainable future. So we actually need economic outcomes to deliver those sustainable environmental outcomes. We need the economics to make sure that we have the social and cultural outcomes. So I think we've got to look at a balance. And I think Raylene probably talked about the Eden project, and it is an amazing, amazing opportunity to have a look at what that has delivered for Cornwall. You just look at that transformation and you think, what an amazing thing that we could have. We could probably have the next biggest thing for not only Victoria but also Australia. These guys are already starting to invest around the world. They're in the process of working with Hobart at the moment, and they're also doing a project in China. So what could be our Eden project? I mean, the exciting thing about the Eden project for me, besides how spectacular it is actually it employs an enormous amount of people. 400 FTEs, 200 seasonal workers, and about 120 volunteers. They also are amazingly community minded, so they have amazing events about bringing the community together and celebrating what that community is strong for. They also look at all other things. They have great educational programs. They have great programs working for disadvantaged groups, programs specifically tailored at working with the elderly that are sitting out on their own and creating a community for them. They work with all the disadvantaged groups, including programs for autism and sensory programs that can really deliver real outcomes for those communities. So I think there's a lot of things that we could do. At the end of the day, I'm kind of saying that I think the solution for Anglesea has to be multi-purpose. It doesn't mean that all the ideas that aren't coming through today couldn't be delivered, but can they not be delivered in one place where we can also have an economic return and deliver something that really is sustainable? We really have to think about it being multi-purpose and it delivering real jobs. Alcoa provided 85 jobs to this community, but it wasn't just the jobs, it was the money those people also spent in the community. And many of the retailers and the cafes are actually feeling it now that they are not here. So we've got to be thinking long term. We've got to be thinking, how do we create jobs for our kids in the future? How do we make sure our kids still stay in our community and believe that this is the community they want to grow up in and have their children in as well? And lastly, I suppose, is how do we make sure it's a long-term sustainable approach? All along the Great Ocean Road, we have amazing natural assets, but the government's model to looking after those assets isn't sustainable. They don't have the money now to maintain them. We've had to do an enormous amount of advocacy to lobby for more money for the Great Ocean Road, more money for the Shipwreck Coast Master Plan, because that whole area is natural attraction that just isn't being looked after. People are coming and people are going to come anyway, so we've got to make sure that every part of the region gets their benefit. That's kind of all from me.